Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about issue number 48 and issue number 49 of X-Force, written by Benjamin Percy, but before we dive into the story, I want to ask you a favor. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and a comment to help the channel grow. Now this issue opens up on a dark and stormy night after X-Force got their greenhouse up and running in the North Pole. And when we get there, we see Crosshairs setting itself upon Omega Red, for Beast is on the hunt. And after taking in a steadying breath, he pulled the trigger. And just as fast as the muzzle flashes, McCoy's bullet enters Omega Red's neck. And within seconds, a bioorganic tumor sprouted itself upon his neck before he collapsed on the ground. So with the guard down, Beast swiftly made his way into the greenhouse and stealthily made his way through the corridors in the dark. He made sure to take special care not to raise any alarms or catch anyone's attention. So as Aurora and Northstar walked right by him, Beast waited patiently in the dark until it was safe to continue his journey. So with no one between him and a computer, Beast immediately went to work. Now as Beast was sowing his chaos, we transfer over to Sage having a conversation with Black Tom. And they are basically talking about how everything is pretty crappy for the time being, but mid-conversation, alarms start to go off, and immediately Sage knew Beast was within the base. So with their number one enemy free within their base, Sage calls all hands on deck as they make their way to the command room. So as Sage takes a detour, the rest of the squad comes face to face with Beast in a gigantic Krakoan battle armor. Now with this state-of-the-art armor at the ready, the team holds their ground with Wolverine at the lead, but strangely enough, nothing goes down. Because all Beast ends up saying was that it's good to see his old friends and he hopes they try to stay alive for mutant kind is depending on them. And with those words, Beast took off in his prototype Krakoan battle armor. Now after the encounter, Wolverine went to find Sage, and upon seeing her, he discovered that Beast wasn't there to do battle, but rather he was there to conduct a heist. Because on his mission, Hank stole a war suit made of Krakoan flora. So following that info dump, Wolverine asks if there was something else Sage was hiding, in which she tells him he isn't going to like it, but if she is going to tell him then it would have to be in a no place. Because in said place, we discover that Sage was able to salvage one of Beast clones from the wreckage. Now this is a big deal, because potentially a Beast could rejoin their ranks. But anyway, following that, we pick up with the members of X-Force conducting a meeting, and the meeting is about the best way to capture Beast. Now Sage starts off by saying that she wanted all of them here to hear her out on a rather unconventional proposal. She continued to say that she could list off all the upsetting transgressions from this history like MGH, the Legacy Virus, Threnody, his alignment with the Inhumans, and his membership with the Illuminati. And all that was before he was appointed the leader of X-Force. Because afterward, he was a part of the genocide in Terra Verde, he had his own telefloronic space prison, he poisoned Jeff Bannister's daughter, he also assassinated Wolverine and then resurrected him and used him as a weapon. But no matter how many crimes he commits, he always seems to escape prosecution like water slipping between their fingers. And after conducting millions of predictive algorithms, she found out the best way to stop Beast is by using a beast. So with that said, Sage brings her team to the no-place room where she continues to say, when Beast went rogue, he wiped all of his files in the cerebral cradles, except for one. Now whether this was accidental or intentional, Sage can't say, but the files were from a long time ago, from soon after he was a member of the New Defenders. Now during this time, Sage didn't really know him, and Colossus only remembers him as being committed to mutant rights and much happier. But Wolverine had an issue with this, but given his history as Weapon X he couldn't really talk. So as Sage activates the clone pod, the liquid drains out as his eyes shoot open. And as steam covers the glass, the X-Force takes up defensive positions as they await for whatever comes out of the vat. And just like that, Beast springs to life, and let's just say he looks like a boss. So with confusion in the air, X-Force jumped into action and started to attack the newly resurrected Hank. And with unhuman reflexes, Beast managed to dodge and avoid every attack until Sage called a ceasefire. So with a temporary pause between Beast and the team, we fast-forwarded a few hours later, with Black Tom telling him all about Krakoa history. And during their conversation, Beast asks Tom how exactly they communicate with the biotech of Krakoa, in which a sleepy Tom tells him to just touch it and command it. So after Tom fell asleep, Beast did just that, and just like that, the cell opened, leaving him free to walk as he pleased. So with a genius like Beast on the loose, the first place he went was to the nearest computer. And after he got there, he started to look up every data file or research paper that was authored by Hank McCoy, and upon reading them, tears formed in his eyes at the shocking revelation of what his counterpart had become. Now overcome by shame, McCoy exited the greenhouse and went on the run. So with two beasts freed on the world, this issue comes to an end. So following that, we jump over to issue number 49 of X-Force, and when we get there, we start off in a naval station in California under attack by none other than the evil Beast in his new prototype Krakoan war armor. And this Beast is an army of his own, and no matter how many bullets came his way, nothing was able to slow him down. So with a flick of his wrist, Hank tossed a highly destructive Krakoan grenade toward the humans before him. Now with them up in flames, Beast dived into the water with his prize in hand. So with yet another heist under his belt, we transfer over to the greenhouse where we see Sage having a one-on-one with Wolverine. And during their interaction, Wolverine is telling her that he warned her from the start that this would be a bad idea. But in Sage's defense, Beast would have been very much needed in the current war effort. And right when Sage was telling Wolverine to trust that this Beast could be better, Black Tom rushes into the room to warn them that Beast has escaped as he slept in the previous issue. So with the news out, we jump over to California during a rainstorm, and there we see Beast navigating his way across the rooftops, jumping from building to building, until he came upon a certain apartment, and with a smile on his face, he descended from the rooftop in a single leap and made his way through the window into a dark room. So with Beast visiting an old friend, we jump back over to Wolverine, Sage, and Black Tom trying their best to track down their Beast. And while they are looking, a few clues show up that pointed to his movement toward California. Now this causes alarms to go off in Sage's head, because she was able to find video of Beast Prime stealing a nuke in California the night before. Now the reason why this is a big deal is because Sage believes the two Beasts could be working together. Now Sage knew one Beast would be able to figure out what the other was up to, which was her plan. But now she wrongly believes that one Beast is looking to reunite with the other, and if they were planning to meet, then the X-Force would have to worry about two big brains working on the same problem. So under that assumption, Sage believes her team have to stop whatever both Beasts are planning on building. Now, this brings us to the hangar, where we have Sage debriefing the entire team on the situation. Basically, Sage is having the team split up into two groups. The first team is made up of Wolverine, Laura, Domino, Omega Red, and Colossus heading out to battle. While the second team, the one staying at the base, is made up of course, Sage, Kid Omega, and Black Tom. So with their marching orders given, we transition over to Beast making his way through a dark room. Until out of nowhere, he was attacked by a mysterious person, and after a brief fight, Beast was blasted with a beam of energy. And after the lights came on, we discovered that the person who blasted him and the apartment he broke into was none other than Wonder Man. Now, after discovering the person who broke into his home was his old friend, Beast, he was completely thrown off guard. And what made it worse was Beast was calling him his dearest friend. Now just to add some context to this, Wonder Man is feeling weird because he hasn't spoken to Beast since the start of the Krakoan era. And the reason why wasn't because he no longer was cool with him, the reason was because Beast had higher ambitions. And if Wonder Man was being honest, he actually thought the Beast was dead or sent into exile after what Orcus did to all the mutants during the Hellfire Gala. But to Beast, everything felt like it was just yesterday they was friends, but that was due to the way he was resurrected. So even though Beast was technically back, he still felt as if a part of him had died. And from Beast's side of the equation, he is really just starting to understand a little about what is going on, and now, more than ever, he needs the help of Wonder Man. So with that said, we transitioned over to Beast Prime working on his secret weapon underwater while recording a message. Now it goes as follows: Beast has decided to leave a recording of his current plans. He did this for prosperity because his accomplishments will undoubtedly be studied in the years to come. For he trusts that history will show that his policies, though improper at the times, were in fact correct and necessary for the greater good of mutant kind. Now from his point of view, a record is still necessary because Beast is about to attempt something rather risky. And he needs the listeners to know what he is about to create in case he should be killed or compromised. Now on the next page, we jump over to Wonder Man explaining the fall of Krakoa to Beast. He tells him how the mutants, who were not killed by Orcus, were exiled to Arakko, formerly known as Mars, and while they were there, Orcus hoped they would destroy themselves in a civil war. But that didn't happen, And when that didn't happen, Orcus developed a plan B, which was to occupy Phobos, a moon of Araco, to use as a base from which they could surveil and police the mutants. But in a twist, that didn't happen either, as Genesis led a violent uprising and took out every Orcus member in that facility. So now naturally Orcus had to develop a plan C, which was to just kill all mutants. So with that explanation, Beast dived head first into his research, trying his best to figure out exactly where Beast Prime would be hiding. So the way McCoy went about doing that was by isolating where he would go if he was a fugitive of both X-Force and Orcus. And that's what led him off the coast of California. So with his target location known, Beast and Wonder Man had little time to wait, so with no hesitation, he jumped in a boat and was off to sea. Now, while they were traveling, Beast explained how Black Tom said that they were gonna kill him if he was to turn out like the other Beast. So in order to prove himself good and show his loyalty, this Beast was planning to stop Beast Prime. So with that said, just above we see X-Factor coming in hot, thinking about the best way to approach this issue. Now Wolverine believes they should just come in hot and just take him out, but Sage isn't sure that is the best way to deal with things. And after the Council of Kid Omega, Sage orders the field team to fire at will and eliminate Beast. So with the order given, we jump below the waves with Beast Prime completing his black hole gun, which was modeled after Forge's design. And his target is to take Araco off the map and crush them into a cosmic vault for safekeeping, so he can then begin his work against the humans in earnest. So with that said, issue number 49 of X-Force comes to an end. So down in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts about this issue and what predictions you could have moving forward. So with that established, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.